I believe whenever there's a sense of judgment, what you said is exactly what it is. God looks at the evidence of something, makes a verdict, and then gives everyone an opportunity to come into the benefit of transformation associated with that verdict. So he doesn't say, oh, you're all out of sync, I'm going to wipe you all out. He says, you're all out of sync, so here's a way to get back in sync. So when God makes a verdict, justice, which is what you get when a verdict is made, justice says is going to be good, because justice is based on what Jesus has already done. And he's made mankind innocent. He's justified the whole of mankind in himself by what he did on the cross, because he took everyone's accusation that was made against them, which is, go back to a court scenario. Here's someone in the dock, and here's the accusation made against them. And they're going to be tried on the basis of that accusation. And here's all the evidence going to be given on the basis of an accusation. And then the evidence proves that they're guilty. And then justice says they're going to have the sentence, whether that be fine, put in prison, depending on the severity of what they've done, will depend on the amount of justice meted out and what will happen in the sentence. Okay. But if Jesus nailed every accusation of humanity to the cross and took it to the cross and triumphed over it, because mercy triumphs over judgment, then there is nothing to judge. God's either forgiven everybody on the basis of what Jesus did by taking their place and dying their death, or he hasn't. And I believe he totally has. And he's on the basis of the cross and the verdict of not guilty, which was placed over mankind, which is what justification is. Just as if you never sinned, you are justified and not guilty. Therefore, there is no judgment. What there is consequences of us choosing to do things which were contradictory to love. And we're the ones who suffer the consequences of our own actions, not God punishing us. So judgment and justice must not be seen through our own understanding, but through what Jesus did on the cross. All died in Adam, because in Adam, everyone followed into that lost identity. And we've done all sorts of things out of lost identity. Jesus came to restore our identity as the last Adam, and therefore took back the keys of death and Hades and all of that stuff to ensure that the whole of mankind is now alive. So 1 Corinthians 15, all died in Adam and all are made alive in Christ. So there is nothing to punish. Now people, well, how can that be right? Surely God is not just going to allow all these terrible things to happen and people will get away with it. Well, that comes from our understanding of justice. And we want to see people punished because they deserve it. From God's perspective, they're all his children, and what they deserve is a relationship with him. Not on works, good or bad. See, everything we do when it comes to judgment and justice is all based on weighing whether people are doing something good enough or bad enough. And we measure how worthy they are of one or the other. And so you weigh people based on your judgment of their behavior, where God is only weighing people on whether they're his children or not. That's his only interest. He wants all his children to enter into a relationship with him. Therefore, he's at work continually to help people come into a relationship with him.